ಓಂ ಅಜಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅವ್ಯಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅವಿನಾಶಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅಚಿಂತ್ಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅಪ್ರಮೇಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅನಿಕೇತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅನುಶಾಸನ ಪ್ರಿಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅಂತಃಸಾಕ್ಷಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಅಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಆನಂದಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಆಂಗ್ಲಭಾಷಾವಿದುತ್ತಮಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಈಶ್ವರಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಉದಾರಹೃದಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಉತ್ಸಾಹವರ್ಧಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಏಕಸ್ಮೈ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಓಂಕಾರನಿಧೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಕರುಣಾಸಾಗರಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಕರ್ಮಪರಾಯಣಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಕಾಲಾತೀತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಕೈವಲ್ಯಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಕೃತಾತ್ಮನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಕೃತಕೃತ್ಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಗೀತಾಜ್ಞಾನಯಜ್ಞ ಪ್ರಚಾರಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಗುಣಾತೀತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಗ್ರಂಥಕೃತೆ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಚಿನ್ನ ಸಂಶಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜಗದಾತ್ಮನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜಗತ್ಸಾಕ್ಷಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜಿತೇಂದ್ರಿಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜೀವಬ್ರಹ್ಮೈಕ್ಯವಿದೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಜೀರ್ಣಮಂದಿರೋದ್ಧಾರಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ತಪೋವನ ಶಿಷ್ಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ತಪಸ್ವಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ತಾಪನಾಶನಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ತೀರ್ಥಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ದೇಹಾತೀತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ದ್ವಂದ್ವಾತೀತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ದೃಢನಿಶ್ಚಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಧೀಮತೆ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಧೀರಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಧೈರ್ಯಪ್ರದಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಾರಾಯಣಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿಜಾನಂದಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿರಪೇಕ್ಷಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿಸ್ಪೃಹಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿರುಪಮಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿರ್ವಿಕಲ್ಪಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿತ್ಯಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ನಿರಂಜನಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಪರಮಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಪಾವನಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಪಾವಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನಾತ್ಮನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಫಲಾಸಕ್ತಿರಹಿತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಬಹುಭಕ್ತಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಬಂಧಮೋಚಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಷ್ಠಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಪರಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಭಯನಾಶನಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಭಾರತ ಗೌರವಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಭೂಮ್ನೇ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಮಹಾವಾಕ್ಯೋಪದೇಶಕಾಯ ನಮಃ ಓಂ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ Rashaya Namaha. Om Madhura Swabhavaya Namaha. Om Manoharaya Namaha. Om Mahatmane Namaha. Om Medhavine Namaha. Om Yadatmane Namaha. Om Yajnakrite Namaha. Om Lokaprasiddhaya Namaha. Om Vagmine Namaha. Om Vibhave Namaha. Om Vinodapriyaya Namaha. Om Vinayashilaya Namaha. Om Vitaragaya Namaha. Om Vedanta Vidyaya Namaha. Om Shantaya Namaha. Om Shanti Pradaya Namaha. Om Shastrodharakaya Namaha. Om Shuddha Sattvaya Namaha. Om Shruti Bharadaya Namaha. Om Shrotriyaya Namaha. Om Sannyasine Namaha. Om Sama-bhuddhaye Namaha. Om Satchidanandaya Namaha. Om Sarvahita-chintakaya Namaha. Om Satya-sankalpaya Namaha. Om Santushtaya Namaha. Om Sadave Namaha. Om Sumanase Namaha. Om Suhrude Namaha. Om Svayam Jyotishe Namaha. Om Sthita-prajnaya Namaha. Om Shamashilaya Namaha. Om Jnana-murtaye Namaha. Om Jnana-yogine Namaha. Om Jnana-triptaya Namaha. Om Nitya-shuddha-buddha-mukta-swarupaya Namaha. Om Nitya-shuddha-buddha-mukta-swarupaya Namaha. Om Nitya-shuddha-buddha-mukta-swarupaya Namaha. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. First of all, thanks to the hosts, Ravi and Hema, for organizing this at your own home. I am in the Namanjali marathon. Started from last Saturday. Saturday 2 sessions, Sunday 1, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Morning, Saturday evening, tomorrow is the marathon ends. So my throat is seeking a great amount of relaxation. Anyway, let us do the best. We are in the number 94 out of 108. 108 satsangs we have come out of that. We are in the 94th name, Sama-bhuddhaye Namaha. So, many names are there given to Pujya Gurudev. This was originally composed by two of our senior Swamis, Swami Tejomayananda and Swami Shantananda. And when I was talking to them some time back, I asked, how did you come to compose all these 108 names? They said we just went by alphabetical order. Ajaya Namaha, Vyaya Namaha, Vinashi. Though not strictly, as you would see. But when it comes to Sa, there are so many of them. Shantaya Namah, Shanti Pradaya Namah, Shastrodharakaya Namah, Shuddha Sattvaya Namah, Shruti Bharakaya. So, the names are all given as the Lakshanas of a Mahatma. And when we look at a person who has reached some amount of perfection, we can correct ourselves. Just like you stand in front of the mirror and you don't correct the mirror, I hope not. We stand in front of the mirror not to correct the mirror, but to correct ourselves. And it is said the whole world is like a mirror. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam. The whole world is like a mirror, and what we do is we try to correct the world. That's where the problem comes. Is it not true? ये दुनिया ठीक नहीं है. ठीक करना चाहिए मैं. I am responsible for correcting this world. Please understand, this life is a correction facility. This world is a correction facility. What do you do in correction facility? You correct yourself only. Instead of that, we keep on correcting around everybody, and we have absolutely not changed. So what these Upanishads and Gita and scriptures, what do they say? This is an opportunity given to all of us. To be a human being itself is a great opportunity. Only human beings can correct themselves. Other living beings don't even know that they are thinking. They are only reacting to situation instinctively. We can only do it intelligently. Human beings can not only know anything and everything, but they know that they know. And I can change my thinking, and I can change my way of thinking, which other living beings cannot do. And therefore, only human beings can correct themselves. It is said in the Upanishads, Kathopanishad, that in the Devata Loka, where one Surga Loka, what you call, everything is only pleasure. There you have no intention to correct yourself. Yeah, you are in Disneyland. What do? Eat ice cream, eat pizza, and enjoy. That is not a place to correct yourself. Narakaloka is only pain. They can't do anything. Correction also, there is no effort to correct yourself. You are in a bar, everybody is drinking. What do? So, only human world is made of two things, good, bad, right, wrong, joy, sorrow, success, failure, gain and loss, young and old, day and night. See, these dualities teach us. Not everybody is good, not everybody is bad. Even those who are supposed to be good, not always good. Those who are not always bad. Not always there is success, not always there is sorrow. Not always there is a gain. Those who work in a share market, they know. So only in the human world we can observe and correct ourselves. Not in heaven, not in the hell, and nowhere else. So number one, we are in the human world. Number one, we are human. That is also a blessing. And we think correction or being correcting ourselves, we do only at the level of correcting our environment. But never correct our attitude. So what our Gurudev had taught us, every situation is teaching you something. Every experience is teaching us something. If only we are keeping our eyes and ears open, we know what to do and what not to do. There are certain grey areas. That's why you need to consult. Is it not true? When you are undertaking a business and you do not know exactly how to go about, then what do you do? Management consultants, right? And what they do, they tell you what's your problem, collect money and go away. Because their job is to tell you that you are making a mistake and how to correct the mistake and go away. And you have to do it anyway. So this world is therefore as an opportunity for us. And we should never miss that opportunity. Earlier the better. When you are at the age of 60 or 70 or 80, at that time, even if you would like to, you cannot. In Tamil there is a statement, what cannot bend in 5, it cannot bend in 50. Correct? Aindil vilayadhu, ainbadil vilayadhu. If what cannot be bent in 5, how can it bend in 50? So when you should learn yoga? When you are 55. No, when you are 5, you will start then. Not at 55. So Gurudev and such other masters had demonstrated that we are our own architects of life. Nobody else can do that. In the beginning stages of one life, probably the parents have tried their best to make sure that certain good values, certain samskaras are ingrained in your mind. But if I do not pay attention to that, it will just dissolve away. Somebody asked me just last week when I was there in South Bay, Swamiji, my parents are insisting that my son should get Upanayam done. They have done to me also. I did only 1 year. After that, I forgot. I stopped doing it. And knowing very well, why should I unnecessarily spend money in making my son do the same thing? I'm sure he won't do it. I did at least 1 year of Madhyanigam, morning and evening. But I'm sure he won't do it. Then I looked at him and said, how can you be sure? How can you be sure? Just because you are your son doesn't mean that he will behave like you. You will never know. I am a good example for that. My parents did that to me when I was 7 or 9 years old. And I, honestly, like you, I did also only 1 year, no doubt. After that I gave up. But it came back after 15 years. You will never know when you will suddenly pick up the thread again. Never underestimate. So if you are therefore giving a samskara to your child, don't expect the result right away. Definitely there will be a seed formed inside. As Gurudev always would say, that when you are listening to me, you may not recognize the importance of what I am saying right now. But I have put a seed in your heart. It will germinate at some point of time. If not even in this life, next life. That much hope I have. So never underestimate anything that is given to your children or to yourself. Nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tadagachati. Krishna says, anything that you do, even a little, salpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even little you do, you will not know how far you will go. And in this, there is no ill effect. Anything that you do, dharma will not give you a wrong result. Unlike medicine you take, sorry to say, you may take a medicine for stomach ache, and then it will stop, but you can't sleep. The side effect is what? Something else. You do not know. Not all medicines are like that, but medicine always will have some kind of side effect or the other. Or even like putting a seed in the earth and water, everything. Whether it will grow or not, you will never know. It depends upon so many things. But anything good, dharma that you do to yourself will surely give a result. It will not be contradictory. Therefore, to start with, human existence itself is a blessing and human living itself is an opportunity. Why it is an opportunity? Because you see both. Good, bad, right, wrong, joy, sorrow, success, failure, gain, loss, heat, cold, day, night. Dinayaminyo sayam pratah shishiravasanto punarayatah. Kala krida digachatyayahu tatavina munjati ashavayu. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, day and night, summer and winter will come and go. Time just plays with you if you don't pay attention. So the first foremost teaching Bhagavan Krishna gives to you is that in these two unavoidable circumstances of joy, sorrow, etc., the one who would excel is one who maintains Sama-bhuddhaye. That's why the name Sama-bhuddhaye, Namah. Because he considers Samatva as a yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. To maintain the equanimity is the most difficult thing. Because we look at one side of the coin and we deny the other side. Is it not true? We want only joys in life, but invariably there will be sorrows also. We do not want to face that. Young and then old age, as I said, there is definitely the other side of the coin. If you don't want to see it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But when we do the arati, etc., what do we say? Sukha karta, dukha harata, mahata bhikyati. Right? Dukha kyun hare? Dukha ho gaya. Let the dukkha become, let me have the strength to face that also. Don't run away from it. By seeking only sukham, do you think dukkha will not be there? Can you avoid that? It will be there. What we should ask is, let there be sukham in life and give me the strength to face the dukkha, not to run away from it. That is where a person maintains samatva. Ihaiva tairjita sargaha esham samye stitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te stitaha. Bhagavan Krishna very clearly says that when one maintains this sameness in spite of the unavoidable dualities of life, then alone such a person becomes eligible to see what is same in all. Nirdosham, defectless, he, indeed, samam, same, Brahma. Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. Iha eva, in this very world eva, taihi jaidasa sarga. By them alone it is won over. The existence in this world is really excelled by him only, by those people only. Yesham manaha samye stitam, whose minds are able to remain in that sameness. And then alone they are able to see the defectless, blemishless, pure Brahman. Otherwise, what we see in the world of variety, everyone can be judged according to their actions, behavior, is it not? And we brand, we are very good in branding. Bad, useless people. And we try to run away from such people because we don't like it. Or they don't agree with us. We don't like it. They have a different opinion. We don't like it. They don't praise us. We don't like it. They don't respect. I don't like it. So we come to have a hasty conclusion. But because they don't like, I don't like their character or qualities or their appearance, or they don't respect me, or they don't even notice me, why should I bother about it? And some people who are constantly praising me, accepting me, honoring me, respecting me, they have qualities which I like, and therefore I am attracted towards them. This kind of running away or running toward is what our whole life is all about. Sukha prapti, dukkha nivritti. Sukhasya prapti, dukkasya nivritti. This is the nature of all living beings. Only a Mahatma can say, even if there is dukkham, I don't run away. Even if there is a sukham, I don't cling on to it. Esham samye stitam manaha. Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. What do they see when they are able to let go of their own prejudices, let go of their own hasty conclusions? What do they see? That sameness in all. Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. Tasmat, therefore, te brahmani stitaha. They establish themselves in that Brahman. So Mahatmas are those who have worked very hard in themselves. Gurudev used to say, you can hastily conclude about others, but never conclude about yourself. Even if you are having some judgments about others, it's okay. But do not hastily conclude yourself as good or bad. If you think you are good, you become proud. If you think you are bad, you get depressed. That's what in today's world, is it not? Either they are too proud about themselves, they think all executive orders they can do, or if they are so bad about themselves, about judging themselves, constantly depressed, dejected. And it more happens when it comes to, human relationships. I read somewhere today, again, about marriage only I would say. Marriage is like a pack of cards. It begins with 2 hearts and a diamond, but ends in clubs and spades. Constantly judging the other person will definitely get you into misery only. Whose behavior is the same at all times? Whose behavior? Never do you expect everybody to behave in the same way at all times. Only one has reached the state of abiding in that highest self alone can have Sama-bhuddhaye. Always the same. Because he or she has trained oneself to remain equanimous at all times, knowing neither good is lasting, nor the bad will last longer. Neither success will be permanent, nor the failure will be permanent. They look at with the equal eye. Such person alone can remain sada, sarvatra, sarvasmin samabhuddhi. Sada at all time, sarvatra everywhere, sarvasmin in all of them, in everyone. It is not that some people who like me, therefore I see Brahman in them. This is not Brahman, this is Rakshasa. I mean, in their perception, everybody is same. Krishna says, Sukhrun mitra ari udasina madhyasya dveshya bandhushu sadhushvapicha papeshu samabuddhihi vishishyate. Samabuddhi means he who is able to see the same, whether he is a Suhrut, a friend. Suhrut means one who thinks of your welfare. Mitra, friend. Ari, enemy. Udasina, indifferent. Madhyastha, mediator. Bandhushu, one's own friend, one's own relatives. Sadhushu, in good people, saintly people. Paveshu, even in the sinner. Sukhram nityaradi udasina madhyasya dveshya bandhushu sadhushva vijapapeshu samabuddhi. That you can only see in a Mahatma like that. So, when we are closely observing people like Gurudev, we see that they do not change their behavior with anyone. Same. Known or unknown. Friend or otherwise. Foe or a friend. The ability for them to maintain the same attitude with all of them is far excellent. For they do not seek anything from anyone. That is the key factor there. If I am close to someone expecting something from somebody, I may probably agree whatever he or she says. Is it not true? Even if he is the most terrible criminal, because I have something to get out of him, whatever you do is right. Why? Because I have something to gain out of it. On the other hand, if I know that I am not going to gain anything out of this person, even if he is the best person, no, I will not support that person. Why? I have nothing to do with it. So this is the way of the world, but not the way of the saints. So we should not imitate the way of the world, because the way of the world is the way of the Maya. Way of the illusion. One who recognizes that, therefore, he maintains the Sama-buddhi irrespective of whom he meets. It is said that a Mahatma looks at everyone like as though he is looking at a mirror. What does he see? Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavastitam Ishwaram. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra. He sees the same thing in all. Ishvara is in all of them. Samavastitam Ishwaram. Vinashyatsu avinashyantam. Even in the perishing thing, he will see the imperishable. So this is the vision of the Mahatmas. In a common man we do not find, and when we deal with people of the world, we constantly see only hatred, the talks of hatred, talks of vengeance, talks of jealous. All that only we listen. More we put on the TV, what do they talk about? It's about who is bad. More and more discussion after discussion of how bad he is. Isn't it? And on one channel you thought he is the best. Discussion of the discussion, how he is the best. Are kya? Which one you will say right? Who are you to judge it? Can we ever? So one who is able to go beyond this hatred, beyond this attraction, that prejudices, personal opinions, world will always be like that. Do you think Ravana has come and no more Ravanas will come? Rama came, Ravana went away. Another Ravana will come. So many Ramas came and went, so many Krishnas came and went, so many Buddhas have come and went. Nothing. The world goes on. It is not for us to correct it. If the whole world is taking you as a leader, therefore you need to correct it, you may do so. If you have the authority to do that. You are not to take your gun and shoot everybody. You have no authority to do that. So therefore, our life should be meant for personal growth. We are not here to correct anything in this world. And such a person alone understands that the creation created by the Lord is His creation, His Leela. We should understand that as, yes, this is how it is. And while looking at the behavior and observing the nature of things around, how do I correct myself? As I said, we are the architects of our own life. We have to chisel ourselves constantly. There will be pain. Don't think that there will not be any pain. No beautiful sculpture is ever done without going through the hardships of being chiseled. The most beautiful form is the one which is maximum worked on. Most beautiful polished stone you see, how much grinding it has gone through. And the most unshapely and then hard rock, nobody touched it. Never even looked at it second time. Right? Similarly, a saint who has become so mature in his or her thinking and thereby has gained so much of peace within oneself and able to meet everyone with the sameness of attitude is one who has worked silently in oneself. Not exhibitionism, not declaring to the world, not talking about it. Doing a sadhana quietly, silently, intensely. Every moment is an opportunity to do that. That is the reason why sadhus usually are very quiet. Why? They are observing. Whom? Themselves. Not anybody else. Like a scientist who is observing the phenomena of the world outside, come to a conclusion about that behavior by constant observation. Is it not true? So it is also said that like a butterfly cannot be one day. It is not made one day. It has worked on it so much and slowly developed the wings. Not overnight. It had worked hard, and because of its continuous urge to free itself, it had developed the wings. So what a parachute diving coach told his students? First instruction. Parachute diving coach. What did he say to his students? Never jump to conclusions. Never jump to conclusions. You will not be there to report to me. One trainer was giving training on helicopter flying, right? Then finally he said, okay, now you go ahead and fly yourself. This one, he took off and after some time crashed to the nearest hill. So, the ambulances, everything went there. Fortunately, the person survived, the pilot. What happened? Everything was fine. But as I went up in the helicopter, yes, what happened? It was so cold, I switched off the fan. Never jump to conclusions. It is indeed true, as you grow up in your ladder, whether it's a professional ladder or even as an individual, as you move to become a father and grandfather, whatever it is, coming to conclusion should be very, very, very carefully to be done. As you grow up in the ladder, in any corporate ladder also, your conclusion must be not hasty. You have to be very careful about what you conclude or what you come to judge about anybody. Because somebody whom hastily judge must be the most important person for your growth later on. You can never know. That's why it is said, while going up in the ladder, don't push on others down. Because when you come down, you will have to meet them. You do not know when you will come down. Then they will all be waiting. Come. I'm waiting for you. I know one day you will come down. So, Samatva-bhuddhaye. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Very important for us to understand. And so when we are living in the midst of people who do not exhibit or express this kind of maturity, we will think that it is not practical. Most of the values that are prescribed in the Upanishad or Gita, etc., we do not see the practicality of it because around us nobody is doing that. So therefore we conclude these are all outdated ideas and unnecessary. That is all the more reason one should be in a satsanga. In many of the houses in the past few days I went, every house has got behind me Samsung, not satsang. There. I said, put the name change, satsang. Don't want Samsung, it's a good satsang. So sadhu sangha, one has to have the sangha of the men of wisdom, otherwise our conclusions are born out of our own confused mind. Is it not true? So that is the reason why the Mahatmas are looked up for what? Not just to praise them and put garlands around them and prostrate to them, but learn from them. Bhagavan Sri Rama also, when he was told that you are going to be coronated next day, get ready, and the following morning he was told to get out to forest for 14 years. Not a wing of unhappiness when he was told to go to the forest. Not a wing of exhilaration when he was told he is going to be the prince. Why? He knows. Nothing remains. Today I am told that I am going to be the prince. I am not sure about next moment. His mind did not oscillate at all and he was remaining the same. Not stone-like existence. He accepted both equally. That is the nature of Mahatmas. Good? Yes. Bad? That is also yes. What can you do? Not helpless. They raise above. Udasinavat asinaha. As though above. It is said that one crow and a, what is it called? Bunny. They were friends. Bunny? Rabbit. So, the rabbit was constantly hiding. It just picked up something, hide. So the crow said, why are you hiding? Face anybody and everybody who comes. You take your food, let anybody come, you face it. So the bunny also got some courage. So he went around and started picking up something which was fallen there, some fruits. One heavy big cat came and caught hold of it. Or a coyote caught hold of it. So it started crying to the crow. I listen to you, now see my condition. Crow said, to do that you should be sitting above. That he didn't. Only when you sit above, udasina, then only you will be fearless. If you are down on the ground, you will be definitely living in danger. So why these Mahatmas are able to maintain their equanimity? Because they are not living at the ground level. Their minds are at the highest level of looking at things. Their perception is high because their goal is high. You see, if you are in any professional world where you are working, if your goal is to become MD of the company, you don't worry about the pinpricks of everyday life. I don't care. My aim is there. But if your aim is not that, everybody you will fight with. Isn't it true? I can't tolerate this fellow. I can't tolerate this fellow. When you become CEO, you will have to tolerate everybody. Then what do you do then? So that if the aim is high, then tolerance is also very high. If the aim is very low, tolerance is also very low. That's what happens to our youngsters. They just cannot tolerate even small things. Why? Because they do not aim at something concrete. They are not aiming at something lofty. That vision is not there. And therefore, even small things will disturb. If you are undertaking a journey, you are all going to go, that is coming to the point. If you are going to go and reach the final destination there will be so many small setbacks. They have gone through that. I have gone 3 times, so I know that. There will be certain things, there will be sometimes food may not be there, some food may be delayed, or your journey may not be equally smooth. At that time, what do? Don't complain. If you complain, you are not interested in the goal, final goal. That's very clear. If you take it easy, not going for trekking locally, you will suffer there. I am not even joking, he knows that. Those people took it for granted. Chalenga, kya karne ka hai? I know best. So they went there. Could not go beyond one day. I am not doing anything. They themselves did it. Only when you become ready for the final goal and required pin and pricks you are ready to bear and go through the hardships of training, the final journey will be very smooth. You will enjoy even the last moments. When you enjoy the higher moments, you will not suffer. But if you are comfortable now, there you will suffer. Definitely suffer. So one has to be aware that if I am having a highest goal in my life as my final achievement, then the behavior of people and their own prejudices, their opinions, their likes and dislikes, their way of treating, that is what they are. Let's get going. To never shift your attention from the final goal. So that is applicable whether it is a life's highest goal of freedom or even the goal like when you are reaching some given destination in a yatra or anywhere. Sama-bhuddhaye, the sameness of attitude, is very important. So Krishna also says very clearly, Indriyani sayam yaste manasasman indriyarthan vimudhatma nityachara. A person who does not give up his desire for things only merely externally, controlling his senses, etc., is called a hypocrite. On the other hand, one who is able to maintain inner quietude and desirelessness, even if he is busily engaged in this world, he excels. Sanyamya indriya gramam sarvatra sama-bhuddhaye te prapnuvanti mameva sarva-bhutahite rataha. Having thus controlled their own senses, samniyamya indriya gramam. Samantataha viniyamya, having controlled everything for the sake of what? For reaching me. Te prapnuvanti mameva sarva-bhutahite rataha. Such people who are thus working for the welfare of all people, thinking that I am only serving the Lord, those people, mam eva prapnuvanti, they reach me only. So therefore, whether you take the path of yoga, whether you take the path of bhakti, you take the path of jnanam, in all paths, what is given to us as the most important step that we need to take up is samatva. Even when you are doing yoga, what is most important is the balance. Is it not? Body needs to be balanced. There is constantly assert this point. If you are doing, let us say, Surya Namaskar, you do, then stand up, first stretch, then you bend down, and maintain this balance. Right? Go there, say, what called, what is that called? Bhujangasana. Stay there. What? Balance. Then come. What is it called?
Cobra.
Parvatasana. Maintain. Stay there. And not only physical balance has to be maintained, breathing also to be balanced. Breathing in while contracting. Breathing out while expanding. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Maintain the balance between what you take in and what you take out. What you take in, what you take out. While you stretch, while you contract. While you go up, while you come down. So if you see yoga also, it maintains that yoga of samatva. In path of jnanam also, what they say, good, bad, right, wrong, samatva. In the path of bhakti also, yes, it is said, sometimes you hate people, sometimes you love people, but in all the time, keep Ishvara as your goal. Samatva. That's the reason why Bhagavan Krishna says, samatva is more. He himself says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. I am same in all. Until you see that, you have not reached the goal. See me in everything. Such people remain in me, I will remain in them. So, Gurudev and such other masters have taught us through living, and therefore they are given the name Sama-bhuddhaye. So, Krishna also, before he started advising Arjuna, he made it very clear. If your mind is not samam, if your buddhi is not, mind is not in the samatva buddhi, then you are not ready for even listening to me. Only when your mind has become steady, when your mind is not anymore oscillating here and there, then alone you are capable of getting the right picture of what I am talking about. Like Gurudev used to give the example of, if a person is ready to paint a picture, right? And you are keeping the picture on a canvas is placed. And you are ready to paint and take the one brush of paint and then ready to go, you move the canvas. What happens? Your stroke may be correct, but the appearance will be completely unwanted. You take another one, and that it moves again. If the canvas is constantly moving, what do you get there as picture? You do. That's called modern art. And then you have to think what it could be. Not what you wanted it to be. What it could be. And somehow they put a nose here, eye here, hair here. Modern art. Actually, originally it started with art. But nothing happened. Became monk. One lady went to a art museum. A lot of things were kept. She suddenly screamed at the top of her voice. So the person who is an artist there, he came, what happened? Whose portrait is there? Horrible. Ma'am, that is not a portrait, it's a mirror. So our mind is so oscillating, will you think any steadiness of wisdom will take place? The mind, when it is constantly unsteady, even working in this world will not be easily efficient. Efficiency you cannot. That's why yoga karmasu kaushalam. Why he talked about efficiency in work? Efficiency in work possible only when there is buddhi is not oscillating. The buddhi, see the nature of buddhi is determination, firmness. But when it is not steadily proceeding on towards its goal and listening to the mind, which is oscillating nature, it will never be able to accomplish anything. You have the conviction, but the mind is not cooperating. Then, obviously, when the mind is given too much importance than the buddhi, you will never achieve anything. Because sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. Mind is of the nature of oscillation. Whereas nischayatmika buddhi. My buddhi is of the nature of determination. And instead of listening to the buddhi, we keep listening to the mind. We will not go anywhere. So it is like your GPS, right? GPS says that you go in this road and then take right. But you decide to take left. What will you do? Recalculating. You have put the goal clearly, but it has recalculated. What is it doing? Now I have to wonder, what do we do now? Okay, now you go in this way, and now you take a right. There also you take left. Recalculating. Finally, you find that you are actually going back home only. You never reach there. By the time you are so tired, rebirth again. Why? Because you have not reached the goal. Again, just start the driving. Go again. Take right, left. So, scriptures are giving us the right direction, but we left it. What can you do? You keep leaving. Nothing right will happen. On your left brain, nothing is right. On your right brain, nothing is left. Then what do you do then? Buddhi hai hi nahi. Buddhu ho gaya. After Buddhu ho gaya, your Buddha bhi ho gaya. तो क्या करने फिर? ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वत्र Sama-bhuddhaye. When a person is at all times, everywhere, maintaining this Sama-buddhi, such person will reach me alone. So that inner balance, that inner equanimity, that sameness of perception. And such individuals, even when they face the world, as it is said beautifully in Gita itself, samam, so samam does not mean only in oneself, but in seeing others also it is the same. As much as the Lord is residing in me, the same one is residing in the other one, equally true. Not in that the Lord is in me, I know that, but I am not sure about you. Then it is incomplete knowledge. Aravekadu in Tamil. It is half-boiled food, you can't eat. Atma upamyena sarvatra samam pashyadi orjuna sukam va ediva duktam sayogi paramo madaha. Atma aupamyena sarvatra. In all places, he sees a thing which is painful to me, it definitely is painful to the other person. If I don't desire myself to be disrespected, it is true with the other person also. One value for you and another value for somebody else. Atma upama, compared to oneself. Sarvatra, samam pashyadiyaha, one who sees the same. Sukham va yadivadukam, whether joy or sorrow. Sa yogi, such a yogi, paramo mata, is the greatest. You know, I'll give you one instance where I was really moved by Gurudev's, the way he treated me. I will tell you that, very interesting. It was in Bangalore where he had a week-long yajna talks, and I was the organizer there along with all others. Secretary I was, so I was reporting him directly. It went on very well, and so everything is done. The next early morning, around 4:30, Gurudev never would stay in a place after his work is over. Immediately will leave. That is his nature. Done work, there it is. I am not going to be there. Next. So he was leaving at around 4:30. He was up and then ready, and then what we did was we made all the accounts and everything clear, and then wanted to submit to him. So I went there to the place where he was hosted, and he was standing there. And then the senior Swamiji was there, the president of the mission was there, and other, sponsors, board of directors, everybody was sitting there, standing there, everybody was standing there around him, but the Swamiji was sitting, and then another senior Swamiji was sitting next to him, and people were serving breakfast to him, because he had to catch a flight. Okay, give me idli, and to the Swamiji also, Vango. I just looked around. Whom is he calling? Ongalata Vango. I said, so many other directors and everybody was there. Why is he calling me? He said, so maybe he wanted to ask something, so I went near him. Okkarango. In Tamil. I said, serve him also. I was totally taken aback. Why is he giving so much importance to many people have worked on this yajna. Why is that I am important? Give him food. Put him the plate. Give him the others were standing there. They were wondering what is going on here. So he said, please give it to him. So that the host came and then gave the food to me. Did a very good job. You are the center of the entire activity. I know it. They may not know it. I have noticed it. Good job. So, you may be a small fellow who may be doing things, but in the eyes of the Mahatma, everybody is noticed. He will not notice. And what we judge is not the way he would judge. That's what we find in the greatness of the people. They never underestimate anybody. Even a little job done by a squirrel, in the case of Rama's building the bridge. A small squirrel, he would take a small little stone, put it. Rama goes to that, good job you are doing there. Not the one who is taking huge boulders, or their monkeys, some of them are carrying huge boulders to build that bridge across the ocean. The small little fellow. He's just throwing the small little stone. My contribution here. Good job. Do it. That is how the Mahatma will look at it. Nothing escapes from their perception. So many people have said that, when we were doing little job, it was he who always come to us and said, do that. Well, others will not notice. He always would encourage. Obviously, those people who did a little job but sincerely congratulated or appreciated by him, today they are the best people in the field. They were the most important people who have built up the whole Chinmaya mission over a period of time. Not those big wigs who have done at that time and then after Gurudev gone, they also disappeared from the scene. They are not there because they only wanted to be noticed. After that, they are not there. But those who are noticed by him, they are always there. So, in our life, which part of your body is useless? You tell me. Huh? Maybe your brain. No? Which part of the body? Bhagavan did not create any part of the body useless. Sometimes he put a substitute also there. If even a small part of it is not functioning well, it will show up. Isn't it? So also, we must recognize that everything is important. Everything has to be given the correct, importance, or we have to notice it and never judge hastily about good and bad, right and wrong. And that way, when we proceed by the teachings and by observing the Mahatmas, how they do things, we realize that, we are here to correct ourselves and not in
It's emergency. Everybody's phone will go.
Everybody.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll stop at emergency. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkhavat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.